Hello and welcome back to Moments with Moni. This is Frugal Friday with Moni. It's been a wonderful week of beautiful fall weather here in Arkansas. The colors are just gorgeous. It's kind of nice to have a dry fall, even though we need some of the moisture here. So many dealing with too much water. We are blessed no matter who we are. If we have Jesus, we are blessed. So today I am very blessed by a young woman who shared some pictures with me about her life. We're going through Proverbs 31 right now on Moments with Moni, on Mondays with Moni, with the ladies. And they're sharing some pictures of their life that have to do with the life of a virtuous woman. So we have Mischigan Daffodil who shared some pictures with me, and it looks like she is walking that life of a virtuous woman. Remember, charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord, she will be praised. Just show people the work of her hands, and she will be praised. Her children will rise up and praise her. We're going to be finishing that rest of that chapter up on Monday. So if you want to join us, please join us here on Moments with Moni. Just look under the live tab. Subscribe, and you should get a notice that morning, Monday morning we'll be starting at 9:30 Central Standard Time. But if you don't, then just come to the Moments with Moni YouTube page and click on the live tab, and you should get a notice right there that we'll be starting by 9:25, usually a little bit earlier, so we can gather up in the chat and you guys can talk and pray with each other before we start. So here are some things that Mischigan Daffodil sent to me. She has a picture of some granola that she made and sent along an email, so I'm going to read some of this. She says, even though we are empty nesters and my husband doesn't eat granola, this is a way for me to save money and have a delicious and healthier granola. I am including a screenshot of the original recipe, which I'll put in here, which includes the source in the upper left corner. You are welcome to make a screen size pic if you want. So you can take a snapshot off the video here if you like and add it to your recipes. I add to the recipe, she says, to make it more hearty. I often make a double batch, but to a single batch, I often add 1 cup of chopped nuts, pecans or walnuts, bought in large frugal bags at Sam's Club. There she goes, more frugal, that's good. 2 to 3 tablespoons chia seeds, bought in bulk section at an Amish store. 1/4 to 3/4 cups ground flaxseed. She uses 1 teaspoon of Redmond's real salt versus a dash. I really like Redmond's real salt. And then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon per batch. And in the sugar oil honey mix, she uses 50-50 honey and molasses for added flavor and coconut oil. She bought it in frugal container, the large one at Sam's Club. A batch fills 1/2 gallon mason jar plus a bit more due to her additions. Here are the pics she took the other day when making granola. Not all the ingredients are in the one pic, but still, she thought it might make a good pic for you to see. She also attached a picture of some of her dish scrubbies that she makes to save money on buying, rather than buying dishcloths at the store. She also gives those away for gifts in the holidays or just because. That's a good thing that we could be doing, is making up a list of things that we could be sharing with others. I think people will appreciate very useful things this year, with things being so difficult at the grocery store. So it's a good idea to have all these extra things on hand, like we shared last week, so that you can use it for your own family, and then also when you have extra, you can share it with others. And thanks so much, Mischigan Daffodil, for sharing the pictures and part of your life there to help us give us some ideas of things to share with others in our family or our neighbors. Maybe make up these frugal craft things for Christmas or birthdays or just because. So now I have a few things that I'd like to share as I sit here sipping on my peppermint tea with my Christian Podcasters Edition cup. I like this one. I was part of the, still am, Christian Podcasters Association. Learned a lot there and really appreciate everybody there. While I also am doing podcasting and cooking and canning and crocheting, one of the things I like to do is sew. And when another granddaughter was younger, I made this little jumper. It's like an underskirt, the all white, pretty frilly slip to wear under a crocheted top that I made for them. It's a little dress and then made a little flower to go on it as well. But there was no pattern. It was just, I made it up in my head as I go. I haven't learned how to read patterns, but I just kind of watch some YouTube videos and see how they make that stitch. And then I try a few and rip out 10 and start again. And eventually something turned out really nice. So that was really nice. And the girls really enjoyed it. Well, just the one on that one. But then I also made my niece, when she was younger, another white slip like that with a pink ballerina type apron to it. And she had the most beautiful little pink cowboy boots to go with it. And she would wear her little cowboy hat too. And Mama would take her to the grocery store. She wore that dress everywhere when she was little. She loved it. Now she's all grown and has her own little baby. But I remember when she was just that young and she was my tiny little niece. I love her still. And then another thing that I like to do, especially this was after my motorcycle accident era. I went off a cliff on a motorcycle and hit my whole left side as I hit the ground on the whole left side with the motorcycle on top of me. And I opened up my eyes. There was a big boulder in front of me. In front of my eyes, and I didn't have a helmet on. I know, stupidity, once and only time on a motorcycle. But anyway, because I couldn't move around a lot, but I could move the right arm, so I painted. Husband propped me up to leave me alone during the day while he went to work, and I learned how to paint. So I started painting rocks. That was the big thing up there, where we would paint some rocks, and then I would have somebody hide them all over town. The little girl fishing on a rock. That's the first one. And then the second one was a view of one of the areas up in Idaho, the rivers and the mountains and the trees. And that one I put on a Facebook group, and I gave hints. I told them when I would be putting it out, people when they could go start looking for it, and some clues as to where to find the rock. And someone did and really, really appreciated it, said that it was very beautiful, and that's going into a collection of theirs. The next one was a special one. It kind of looked like a cottage to me, so I painted a cottage on front and the back of that one as well. The next one was, I think it was like a piece of concrete, but to me it looked like a slice of cake. So I painted it as if it was a piece of cake. And so then I would hide those. I think I put one in a grocery store shelf, one at a coffee shop, and I don't know, all over town, library and such. And then I graduated to painting on canvas. And the tree with the church in the background there, that was actually the scene that I painted for a CD that we made. So that was the front cover of our CD. Let's see. The next one was one of, I saw a beautiful teapot and teacup and floral arrangement online. It was a picture. Mine looks nothing like theirs, but I got, I got some practice out of it, and I like it. It's not the best, I think, that I would want to do better, but that's okay. You just got to pick it up and start, and that really gets you going. Sometimes I sit there forever trying to get my mind into the right mindset of painting again until, oh, just do it. If I just get started and get the ball rolling, then it works better. The last one was actually one of the earlier paintings that I did, and that was of just a scene in my head, just thinking about the ocean and the mountains, and then trying to get that mist in the background there. Um, it was just an imaginary place in my mind. So I'm glad you had some time to come with me to these imaginary places in my mind. I hope they blessed you. I know that I'm blessed by those pictures and letters that you send in. So take the time to find something that you can do. Remember, we are not lazy and we keep our hands busy, and we share that skill willingly with others. And most of all, it is our character that creates all of these fruits that come out of us. And it's the character that is more important than the things that we own. But because of our character, we can bless others, especially with your time and your prayers and your help in any way. Thank you for being a good group of women that keeps each other in mind and prays for each other. You are a blessing to me, and I know you will be to others. So I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bring a friend. Ask them to subscribe, and it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you'll get a notice. And if you don't get your notice, because sometimes that happens, then just come to Moments with Moni on YouTube and click on the live button, and it should show up right there at 9:25 Central Standard Time. And that way you'll have a little bit of time at the beginning, like I said, to chat and pray with everybody until we get started. And we'll finish up the rest of Proverbs 31. And I have a few ideas on what we'll be starting after that. We probably won't be going as in-depth as word by word like we did with Proverbs 31, but we will also be looking at the Bible and digging for deep treasures. God is good, His Word is good, and it's a good place to be, so that when we know the Word, we can know Him and know His will for us. So blessings to all of you until we meet again, here, there, or in the air.